Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of My Garage Roleplay. Alright, so as you guys can see, we brought the little lad coupe home from Tom's shop, so that is pretty much gonna get finalized today for the work that we have to do to it. So I did put a little bit of gas in it the other day because obviously we had to replace the tank, so that has got a little bit of gas in it at least. And as you can see, our carport is getting along very nicely. So the guys came and they actually painted the wood pillars for us, and they also started putting up half of the roof. So that is coming along very nicely, and I must say it is costing me quite a bit, but I think in the end it's going to be worth every cent. So yeah, I did also push the Firebird into the shop over there, so our garage is empty now pretty much. And yes, we are just going to see if we can get this car pushed in. Now I do have the e-brake off, so I should be able to do this, but just gonna have to take it nice and easy. Alright, that's a little too far. I think that should do more or less. Let's just go back a tiny bit. Alright. Yeah, a little bit more. It's actually very close. Alright, let's just get the e-brake up. It's a little bit close to this side, but that's fine. I just need to get the wheels installed on the car. So that is what we are going to do first. And I hope these arms are going to reach all the way there. Luckily they are extendable, so that should work. We'll just see once we start lifting it now if it's gonna be okay. Alright, that should do. Perfect. Alright, so I did order myself a new fuel line for the Firebird, because I'm going to use the Firebird's old fuel line on this car, because the other ones, they were looking a little bit sad that I had. So yes, we've got an engine to install into this car, and we've got a V8 for our Firebird and exhaust and all the bits for this car as well. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the wheels pretty much. So Runa said I can keep all of these old wheels that come off the car, so we'll just add them to our stack over here. And also, as you can see, we do have a nice clean garage. I did go ahead and rent one of those storage units. So all those parts that I took over there, we can go and access it at any time. It's open 24 hours and we've got a key to it, and then pretty much anything we want from it we can grab from it anytime. Alright, so we're just going to set these. Yeah, I'm running a little bit out of space for all my wheels and tires, so maybe I should invest in a tire rack of some sort. So we'll see. I might have to go and buy some lumber from the hardware store and see if I can get something built. Some custom built. Alright, so here we go. We've got one more wheel to take off on this side. Alright, so there we go. Those are all of our wheels removed. I don't really want to stack these things too high, so I think I'm gonna build myself a little tire rack and a rim shelf as well. Somewhere, I'm not sure exactly where. We've got quite a bit of space over here, so I might do it maybe on this wall over here, get a nice tire rack up, and then maybe a shelf for the rims. So that is an idea. We will get into that at some point off camera probably. Alright, so let me get these new wheels fitted and see what they look like on the car. Alright, that is looking very nice. Alright, so I don't think these tires have got air in them yet, so we'll probably have to pump the wheels up as well. Alright, so Runa said he is going to arrange somebody to come and collect the car once we are done with it, because then it's going to go in for its decal work. So I'm not too sure where he's going to get the decal work done, but yes, I'm sure he will handle it. Alright, so let's lower this thing down. Alright, so let's get these arms out from under it. Alright, so we're going to need to air up the tires as well, so that is what I will do. and then I'll see if I can get it pushed back again, because I need to get to the interior as well. Right, so first let me air up these tires. Alright, so we've got our tires aired up. I just want to push it back slightly, just so that we can get those interior bits installed. Alright, let's stop it over there. So we've got pretty much a full interior to install in this car. All the windows, all the glass, all the mirrors. So yeah, that is something that we are going to do now. I think I left my wrench here, so let's use this one. Alright, so let's start with the door panels. No, I can't really do that. I need to do the windows first, obviously. So let's start with the windows. So I did order the glass and everything you needed. So that is all brand spanking new. Alright, let's get this thing. I think this is the driver's side. So let's get this mounted over here. Is this the driver's side? No, it's not. It is the passenger side. Alright, so there we go. Alright, there it is. Alright, let's grab the small front window. I think those are over here. This is the passenger side. Let's get this one done. I also replaced his windscreen wipers, so he's got brand new windscreen wipers also, which we can also mount for him. But I think let's focus on the glass for now. So let's get this sorted out. Alright, let's grab the other one. Alright, so that's the front glass. Let's go and do the small rear ones. They are still here on the sofa where I left them. Okay, let's get this one in. Alright, there's the bolt for that. And let's grab the last small one over here. Alright, so this is going in from this side. And there's the bolt. Alright, perfect. Okay, so we are going to get the main windscreen and rear windshield installed. Well, this is pretty much the windshield, and we'll get the rear window. There we go. Alright, let's grab this one. Get that put in. Alright, so that's pretty much all of the glass. Now we can continue with the interior bits, or the interior panels. So let's grab the other one here. Alright, let's get this one in. And the other side as well. Alright, so those are in. Let's grab the two rear ones. This is the right side. And just see if I can figure out where this bolt is for this. Oh, there it is, just behind the roll cage. Very inconveniently behind the roll cage. Right, so let's just bolt this one down right over there. Okay, so that is pretty much the interior bit sorted. Let's just go ahead and install the rest of these bits. I'm gonna have to change to the screwdriver here in a second. Let's get this mounted. There we go. Nope, we want to be sure to have the e-brake on. Alright, so we've got a screwdriver for all these bits. So let's start with these. We've still got some bumpers to install as well. So yeah, there's quite a lot of parts going on this car. But that is part of the job, I guess. Alright, let's get this one installed. Oh, I just kicked my exhaust over there, but that's fine. Alright, let's grab the taillights. I didn't check which side this one is for. Is it for... okay, driver's side. Just lean in here and get these bolted or screwed in. That looks good. Alright, let's go and grab the other one. Alright, and let's lean in here and get these zipped down. Alright, so that's pretty much the rear lights installed. Let's go ahead and do the headlights and blinkers. Alright, so we'll zip these down as well. Alright, other headlight. Let's grab this one. Alright, so that is done. Now we can grab our grill over here. Alright, let's get this tied down as well. Alright, there's a very nice balance of chrome versus black versus yellow on this car. I think this was the passenger side. Alright, let's screw that in. Okay, and then the driver's side blinker. Alright, there we go, that is done. Now I need to pretty much grab my wrench for the bumpers. Alright, so let's go and grab the bumpers, front and rear over here. Right, brand new bumpers. These are the exact same ones he had on the car, but his was a little bit mangled. Alright, so there we go, that is done. Front bumper. Let's go and grab the rear bumper over here. And then it's pretty much the engine and the fluids and all that. We should reach these bolts from here. Alright, there we go. That is pretty much everything installed on the car. So now we just need to get the engine fitted, which we will do right now. Alright. Okay, luckily this engine isn't heavy at all. Alright, so that is pretty much the engine in place. So now we just need to get to that little bolt down here, which is a little bit tricky to see with his big turbocharger. Alright, there we go. I think I've got it. Alright, while we are here, let's tighten the alternator bolt. There we go, I've got it. Starter bolt as well as the ground wire. And then we can fit the transmission, which is one of my used transmissions. So yeah, by using used parts we actually saved quite a bit of money on this job, and I must say it still turns out very nice, considering this is his race car that's just pretty much going to be beat up again on the track. So there is that. Alright, let's grab his fuel line. Let's get this mounted here quickly. Alright, there we go. I think that is everything except for the muffler over here, or exhaust system. So I'm just gonna slide down under here and we'll bolt it up over there and over there. Alright, so that is perfect. So that is pretty much one of the cars done. We can just pop this down there. I've got an extra wrench. I also have one in the back of the coupe, if I'm not mistaken, as well as a tire pump. So yeah, right, so now we are going to do the fluids. So I'm going to start off with the oil. Alright, so let's get the oil filled up in here. Alright, so that sorts out the oil, which is at perfect level now. Now I just want to make sure this car has got an oil filter on. Yes, it does. Okay, so that is perfect. Right, so I'm going to move over to doing the coolant now. So I don't know if these bottles on the table are full, but I guess we'll see. So I'm going to start with this one, and let's fill up this radiator. Alright, so that is nice and full, and we've got good brake fluid. And if I'm not mistaken, this thing should fire up no problem now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this car in the garage over there, because we need to continue work on our Firebird. And once the Firebird is done, depending on the time we have left, I'm gonna head over to Tom's shop, because he also have a little bit of a job for me. So I will tell you guys a little bit later on once we get closer to going over there. And I must say, this car actually started up very nicely. Alright, there we go. So we are pretty much done with this car. So Runa will organize the delivery for this, or the collection, to have it delivered to him, and then pretty much it's just a little bit of decal work that needs to be done to this, and then it's pretty much back to its former glory. And I think these wheels, they do suit the car very nice. This is a very good theme we've got going on over here. Alright, so yeah, but that is Runa's car done and dusted. So let's close up this garage, and I think let me just grab all of these empty bottles and take them over to the dustbin over here, because we don't have a dustbin in the garage. And I think I can hear one of those airplanes again somewhere in the sky. Alright, anyway, moving along, we are pretty much just going to install our V8 engine that we got from Sphartan in the previous episode into our Firebird. So this is pretty much going into our car, and I think this is going to look very nice. Alright, I think that should hold it in place. Okay, let's get these bolts tightened down on this side. So that is everything. Let's go over to this side. Let's get this zip down. And also this bolt on the alternator, and there. So now let me grab my exhaust systems. Alright, that is sorted out. Mustn't forget the fuel line. Alright, let's get this one in place. There we go. Alright, bolt that down. And then the final piece to the puzzle, our fuel line. So there we go. Alright, so we've got a very beautiful engine here. There's a lot of chrome work done to this. So Sphartan, sure, he did quite a big job on this engine for us. Why do I keep trying to put the wrench in the toolbox where it's already got a wrench inside? Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do now is pretty much fluids, and then we are going to see how this motor runs. So we luckily do have a warranty or a guarantee on this engine for a short time period. I think he said like 7 days. So if anything goes wrong with it within the next 7 days, we can return it for free to get it repaired. So let's just hope everything is fine with it after 7 days. Alright, so yes, we are just filling up the oil, and then I will bring you guys back up to speed once this is done, because this is going to take a while. Alright, so our oil is pretty much topped up. I think we do need a little bit more because I think one of those bottles were half. So let's just quickly grab one of these and see if we can get it a little bit up to level. Alright, yeah, don't make too much of a mess. Alright, let's check it again. I think we should be fine now. Yeah, that looks perfect. Alright, so let's put our cap back on. And I just want to make sure the brake fluid is still fine. Yes, that is looking very good. Alright, so I think now we can pretty much take this car on a little bit of a drive over to Tom's shop after I cleaned up the yard a little bit, because obviously our trailers need to be parked again because I took them out of the way for the guys to come and install the roof. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is let's grab this one first. Alright, let me just push this under the carport. Alright, that is good. Let's quickly grab our car trailer over here. Alright, let me just get this thing detached. Sometimes it gets stuck a little bit. Alright, there we've got it. Our trailer is pretty much in position. Let me just put on the e-brakes on both of these so that they stay put. Alright, I think let me just quickly pull the NIF truck in there because it's kind of in our way over here. Alright, so let's get this puppy started up. And I must say I'm actually enjoying the inline 6 engine in this. It's actually running very nice. Alright, I think I can just pretty much park it over here. Alright, so that is perfect. Alright, so now we are going to take this thing for a little bit of a drive over to Tom's shop. Alright, so she fired up right on the button and she is sounding very healthy. Alright, so let me just quickly close up the shop. Just gonna leave it running. Alright, let me just get that done. Alright, so yeah, we are gonna take a little bit of a drive over to Tom's shop and see how she does. Alright, let me just see this handbrake. There we go. Alright, so let's make a little bit of a turn around over here. Alright, and we are off. So I was thinking to take this thing to the drag strip at some point as well as the dyno, to see how much horsepower we are putting out with this engine of ours. But yes, it is running very smooth. Alright, so I've got no idea how much gas I've got in this thing because I'm not too sure how much gas I had in it last time. But I'm not going to be worried about it. We don't have far to go. Ah, I see Tom is he's getting there with his little shed. So I don't know if he's here. I guess we'll find out once we pull up. So I think he did say he was busy with the little wagon over there. He did mention that the engine has arrived. He did go and pick it up. Alright, let's just... yeah, I'm just gonna leave the e-brake off on this car because it's very hard to reach. So hopefully that stays there. Alright, so let's have a quick look at the progress on the Mercedes wagon. Man, that is almost looking like a complete car already. Yeah, he took out most of the interior bits. So I think he just pretty much wants the engine to go back into this. So I think that is something we can do quickly. I think everything should work and we can try and start this thing. He said he did put some gas back in the new tank. So once we got this thing up and running for him, he's going to be able to get it primed up and painted up and hopefully sorted so that we can start our part of the job on this, which will be the suspension and brakes. And then yeah, pretty much this car will be done. Alright, so I just wanted to check under the car quickly, more or less what are we working with. So there's quite a bit of parts that needs to be replaced, like this drive shaft. We've got some suspension components in the back on both sides. We've got some bad steering boxes, links. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on. Obviously this tie rod got bent in the accident, so we'll definitely go through all of that for Tom. But yes, we can lower this down and then see if we can get the engine put in for him. And also Tom asked me a quick favor on his shop truck outside as well. I need to do something for him on that. Alright, so let me just drop this brand new refurbished engine into this thing. And then yeah, we'll get the cables in place. Over there is one. Now this car is not the easiest to work on. It's very compact, so alright, let's go and see the other side here. Alright, so that is done. Where's the earth cable? It's up here. We've got a bolt here and we should reach this one. That is fine. I think he did replace the battery cables on this because that looks much better than the previous time we saw this car. Alright, so now I'm just looking for the fuel line over here. Let's get this installed as well, because I do want to see if this thing actually fires up. So he did put the coolant and oil over there for us, so that is good. Alright, so we've got a fuel line and I think it just bolts down over here. Alright, so that is good. Now we can get the exhaust fitted and then drop it back down for the fluids. And then I think this thing should be ready to fire up and move under its own power. Alright, so let's just get these bolts stepped down. Okay, let's go back down. Alright, so we've got it down and let's just put his range back. Alright, let's move these arms out from under the car, because we do want to see if it moves back and forward under its own power as well. Alright, so that should do. Now let's get our coolant and oil topped off on this engine. I can just leave the caps over there. Alright, so oil, I think it takes 3 of these bottles. Alright, so let's fill it up, but we will check it after 2 just to make sure. Alright, so our oil is sorted, so now it's pretty much just the coolant, which we will top up quickly, and then we'll see if this thing's gonna fire up. I'm pretty sure it will, because Sphartan's engines never fail. Alright, so I think this thing should fire up now. Let me just quickly see if I can get the e-brake taken off, because we don't want to bang the door too much against the lift post over here. Tom did a very nice job on this door, taking the dents out, so I don't want to be the one to dent it again. So yeah, and if you think I just hit it back there, I actually closed it against myself, and so yeah, there's no damage to it. I was being sure of that. But yes, we've got a running and hopefully driving Mercedes wagon. Alright, so it goes backwards and forwards. The brakes feel fine. Good enough. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so now I wonder if Tom has got a floor jack here, because he asked me to replace the springs on his pickup truck at the back, the leaf springs with some high springs, because apparently he's got a problem when loading trailers or hooking up the stuff and loading the pickup. It's sitting a little bit squat, so yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a floor jack around here, and I'm not really one to dig around in other people's garages, but yeah, I don't see anything obvious here. So Tom, you need to get yourself a floor jack, mate. Alright, so that means I'm just gonna have to pull the pickup truck on the lift quickly and move this outside, or I can actually probably move it to the paint booth, because I think that is where Tom will work on this next. And we can probably take a quick look at his little shed he built over there, because that is pretty much a shed that he put up for all the paint cans, because he's got quite the collection going already. Alright, I think this should do. Okay. Alright, so I think Tom will be glad that we moved it here for him. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look quickly. He said he's not finished yet with it, so still a work in progress. But yeah, that's just pretty much storage for his paint cans and barrels that he used for painting parts on. Okay, so yeah, that is looking very good. And he's got some nice windows in it as well. There's a window at the back. A nice overhang roof. So all built in wood, but yeah, this will probably have to be treated very well. Alright, but yes, let's move on to the last bit of our job. And it's starting to rain, so yeah, we need to try and do this before the thunderstorm comes, because I really don't want to drive the Firebird in a thunderstorm. Alright Tom, so your truck is gonna be put on the lift now. Just gonna reverse it onto the lift, because we just really need to lift the rear wheels. So I do not want to bang his door against the lift either. So that is good. And I think maybe we should leave the truck inside now that it's raining, so we'll see. Not too sure if this is going to work very well. Yeah, I should have actually brought my own floor jack. Alright, so let's get the old leaf springs taken off. And I hope you guys can still hear me properly over the rain. I think this shock or spring was actually worn by the looks of it anyway. So it's actually a good thing we are replacing it for him. Alright. Let's grab this one. Bolt it up there. Alright, I see it's slipping off the lift a little bit, so let's just fix this side, although we don't need to lift it up on this side anymore. just do the passenger side a little bit. Alright, let's get these bolts taken out over here and there, and also this one. Alright, so I don't know what he's going to do with the old leaf springs, but I'll just leave them in the shop for him. Alright, so let's get this bolt tightened and do the rest of these. Alright, so we managed to reach that one as well. Alright, so let's lower this thing down again and see how it sits. Alright, so that is looking a little bit like a dragster. Huh. Not too bad. Alright, well Tom, that is pretty much job done, so I don't know where to leave this. I think I'll just put it over here, and yeah, I think you'll probably throw it away, because this one I think is it's pretty far gone. That one still had a bit of life in it, but yeah, luckily we've got two brand new ones on the back. Alright, so yeah, I think that is pretty much a lot of work we did on this episode. And I just noticed I left my windows open on this car, so that is not a good thing. Alright, anyway, we are gonna head back home, and then I need to phone Runa so that he can arrange transport for his car. And then yeah, pretty much that is going to be what we do for this episode. And I think we don't have wipers in this thing, so luckily it's not raining too hard. Alright, but yes, this thing is driving like an absolute dream. Alright, so we made it home safely, and let me just get out of the rain. So yeah, I wanted to open the garage so that I can pull the car in, because this rain, it looks like it's gonna become a little bit of a thunderstorm. So yeah, we are gonna just park it inside. This is a very hard corner to turn with a longer vehicle like this. But yes, we are pretty much sorted and done with this car. So I am just one thing I'm a little worried about is this handbrake, which is so hard to reach. But yeah, on the other hand, I don't have any issues with this car. It's a very beautiful machine indeed, and we do have a very pretty engine in it now. Let's just I'm a little bit yeah, worried about the oil level in this, but I'm sure everything will be fine, because this is a very nicely built engine for this. But yes, I think that is going to be a wrap for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every view, every like, and also remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So yeah, in the next episode we will probably be able to go and collect our Yellow Coupe from Lars' shop in town, because he said he's almost done with it. There's just a little bit of small decals that he is struggling with, but yes, we are going to leave it to him, and I will catch up to you guys in the next one. So cheerio.